smoking it out in the open, and there's cops around, and the cops, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, most of them don't. But the U.S. attorneys and the DEA, they definitely give a shit, and their budgets are based on it.
Yeah.
Look, so what happens with you? I got to ask this question because you've been in a lot of places. In your Wikipedia page, there's a lot of like the words highest rated or highly rated, but it's always followed by, well, then Kid Chris had to leave and go somewhere else. What happens if, the gig in Cincinnati ends? You just go on to the next city or the internet or...
Yeah, but don't, I don't, that Wikipedia thing, I don't know what all that is, I mean, you can go on there, write whatever you want, I've learned through the years, you don't even trust anything on that thing, just from doing research on people that I want to talk to, that's just the business, man, and right now, it's not even about all that, it's about, saving money, so, when they want to just blow up a radius, look, any of the stations I worked at in the past are gone.
Yeah.
And they're probably, most of them, the staffs are gone.
Wow.
So they're just there. Like just automated or whatever. So it's more of a I guess a money thing. I don't know, but I look. This was happening before anybody even knew who I was. I was moving around. So it's just par for the course. Just now, everybody notices that I move around a lot.
Yeah.
Because whenever I go to one new station, I'm on the Stern Show talking about it or something.
Yeah. Well, we definitely hope you continue success in Cincinnati.
It gets older when you're. It gets real old when you're older.
Yeah.
It sucks after a while. But what are you gonna do? I knew going in. I've been moving since 1998. I've moved so many times, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it could always be worse. You have a lot of fans, and a lot of them follow you now wherever you go anyway. So.
Yeah, but what sucks is it used to be where I'd move into a city and some chicks start listening. I could fuck them, but now I can't.
Yeah, we all get older.
So you don't get the bang any of the stoner Jesus fans?
No groupies.
That's one thing though. I see some. Well, it's kind of like the. I don't want to lump you in with this group, but there's this. It's like a photo gallery online of naked chicks at the Juggalo thing there.
Oh yeah.
They all get together and they see the fucking show, whatever, the gathering there.
Yeah. And Instant Count Posse.
It's mostly pigs, but there's some hot-looking chicks that are naked on there. And I've seen those magazines that are like pot magazines with naked chicks. And sometimes there's some fucking hot pothead chicks.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a ton of them. There's a ton of them on Twitter as well.
Yeah, do they send you... That's what I was going to ask you. Do they send you new pictures of it?
There's been a few. We had one fan that really doesn't listen anymore. She comes, in and out, but she sent us naked, masturbation videos to give away to people, the other listeners on the show, and she wrote, "I love Stoner Jesus" on her tits, and tweeted a lot of those pictures out.
Oh, nice. Does your girl know about that or no?
Yeah. Yeah, she knows there's people... I get marriage proposals on Twitter, and I get people who think I should die and go to hell, and all that stuff.
Oh,
yeah. I get all kinds of shit now.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. I wish I would get more pussy sent me on Twitter.
Well, I'll get on Twitter and tell my fans to direct all pussy pics to Kid Chris.
Yeah, stoner titties.
That's right.
Dude, that's cool. I'm glad that you get those gigs doing, writing for the magazines and shit. That's pretty cool. But you get writer's block and shit?
Not usually. I just, there's always something to write about nowadays when it comes to weed, and I have a lot of opinions on it, so I just get on there and spout off.
Yeah, I would think that this past couple of weeks has been pretty easy to write about shit.
Yeah, there's no lack of news.
Yeah, I don't know anything that's going on with that stuff. All I know is, look, when I lived in Portland, shit, you probably would love it up there. I fucking hated that town.
That's because you weren't high.
Yeah, exactly. I think, it looked like it's like I was walking in the 70s. Everybody looks like they're from the 70s. And that's all they do did was bitch about, like, they made up reasons so they can get that medical card so they can smoke pot.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why go through the? I know people who have never broken a bone or anything, and they get pot and they smoke it all day long. Why do you have to have the card?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a shame that it has to be such a slow process, but it's going to be step by step like that.
Right, but I mean, I would think that the important thing is just not just drop it where you can't get arrested for it. That's it. I don't care about ounces and this or going to a certain place to buy it and this and that.
Yeah.
I would think that the important thing is that you don't get arrested. I don't. And I'm the guy that needs to be vouching for this because it seems like just the stoners are out there screaming about it. But a guy like me who's never done it in my entire life, it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of former cops and judges and people who say, frankly, it's stupid to do, which I don't agree with. But
really?
They have their opinions. Yeah, guys like Ron Paul, who will tell you that he thinks smoking marijuana is stupid, but he supports legalizing it.
Right.
So.
But to really dumb it down, it's no different than drinking. I mean, I'd rather have somebody who's. I mean, I've ridden with people who are high that were driving. And I've also ridden in the car with people who are hammered, and one's not as fun. But, yeah, whatever, man. I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you called in, Chris. It's been an honor. Hopefully you don't get pummeled too bad tomorrow.
No, I'll be good. And no, it's cool that we connected and made this thing happen. I never get nobody ever asked me to come on their podcast. So I come on these things because I could say fuck, right?
Absolutely. You can say fuck a donkey.
Yeah. That's cool. And someday I did an internet show for 7 months, I think, whatever, and it was so fucking fun.
Yeah.
But until there's a way to support a family on it, man, I just can't. It's coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm working towards. This is what I want to do for my career. So I keep working at it.
And wherever fucking people are listening, I don't. What is it called again?
We're on gashouseradio.com. We're on stonerjesus.net and Spreaker.com and all kinds of places.
All right, well, all that shit. I hope it does good because so I can get off the fucking radio.
Good thing about internet radio is you can just stay in one place and people will hear you everywhere.
No, I know. I'm doing internet radio now. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because of the iHeart thing, and then I got the podcast and stuff.
Yeah, and WBN.com. People can listen to you live 5 days a week, every morning.
Yeah, I know, but it's like eventually it's going to be to the point where I don't have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do it. I can do whatever.
Yeah, I like doing my show at between 10 and midnight. It's a good gig.
Yeah, but I did nights in Wichita. That was so good. I love doing the nights.
Yeah, something about the morning is it's just not the same.
Dude, well, listen, man, thanks for having me on, bro.
Thanks, Chris. It's been an honor, and good luck.
Yeah, hey, thanks, and hit me up whenever.
Alrighty, will do.
Right.
Thanks, man.
Bye,
All right, night. All right. I think they went pretty far.
Well, there you go. That was Stoner Jesus interviews Kid Chris. Again, great job, Stoner Jesus. Kudos to you, brother, for having the balls to ask him to get on. I dropped the ball, man. I was sitting here all Skyped up, had the damn phone call. I could have called. I was going to call and leave a message on that goofy thing. You can call and leave a message. And I actually wrote something, so I could say it on his answer machine. And then, worst case scenario, he would have played it on the show. But best case scenario, even if he didn't play it on the show, maybe he would have been like, because I was basically on right now. I was going to ask him, hey man, I'm just a struggling radio guy. I'm trying to, get into business or whatever. I don't even know if I'm trying to get into business. Like, you hear these nightmare stories of what these guys. Basically, I just do it for fun. I do it for a hobby. You know what I mean? The thing about it is, like, with me though, all my passions, all my hobbies. It would be nice to do this stuff, to do any of my hobbies that I like to do, and get paid for it. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Something that you're doing, you enjoying to do. I mean, that would be your main goal. Like a mechanic who just builds shit that builds bikes or hot rods just because they like to do it, but they turn around and they make a living off of it. That's the American dream, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, although I do this as a hobby, and I don't try real hard, but if it happened, it would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie, and maybe I should, but you hear these nightmare stories about it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. They're always moving and shit, man, and but I mean, it's not like I just would love to do something that do something for a living that I love to do. I mean, look, I don't run carnival rides for fun. I don't push carts or kick and carpet. All these jobs that I've done in my life, I don't do that shit for fun. I do it. I would never do it. I wouldn't pick up a kicker, or put a kicker in my hand and start beating my knees up, just because I like to do it. Now, there's one thing I have done, landscaping, that I actually would do for free. Like I would, when we get this place and get a yard, I'm gonna do that shit for nothing. I'm not gonna cut anybody else's grass for nothing. But I'll cut my own shit for nothing. I'm gonna take care of my grass, and I'll do it for fun. It's relaxing to me. You know what I mean? Plant trees and flowers, and, vegetables, whatever. You know what I mean? Get me a little vegetable garden out there, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Only problem is, if I'm stuck doing the carnival thing, I'm not gonna have any time to be out there during the summer messing with my yard. Only time I'm gonna have is Sunday, and Sunday's my day to recover, my recovering day, because you work Monday through Saturday. Saturday night, you tear down at 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. You tear all the rides down, and you go straight from, you're done about 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock. You get done. You're on the road by 2, and you start setting up by 3. I mean, sometimes, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then, it depends on how long it is and how long it takes to get there before, a lot of times we're not home till 8, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and that's your day off. So there's not much time for a hobby during the summer. That's why I don't do the radio shows during the summer. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. I mean, but it would have been nice to get Kid Chris on here, I'll tell you that. But so it's a slow night, man. I wanted to be a big show. I mean, Big Mike came in and visited. That was cool. He was in the chat. Ted, Jen, and Mark, they all went to bed, I guess. I know Mark Fox did. And then Jen went to bed. No duck. I miss my duck, I tell you that. I guess it was a casualty of war, I guess. I guess he's not going to come around anymore. I could try to make an effort to go check him out on his shows and stuff like that. See what he's doing. See what's going on. Kind of infiltrate a little bit. As those of you may or may not know, Uncle Bobby and Joe Seeker have broke up. And, I guess, during the split up, during the breakup, what happens? The kids and the kids and the pets and the friends, they all suffer. When you got a friend and you got a couple, and a couple is the friends, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, he met him first. So he is Joe's friend first, so I guess it's something like that. He's gonna side with Joe. I guess I'm Glad too. Glad just kinda, I don't know. Glad's more of his own guy. He might come around to see me. I don't know. But I don't know. Even Joe back. Those three, the shills. The shills. Are all the shills that much of shills? That now that Uncle Bobby isn't affiliated with the shills, I guess